Hello everybody and God bless. So I had a dream this morning, and I just want to say really quickly, I have my daughter in the background. It just hit 7 o'clock, so there is a church down the street. They might start blowing their bells in a little bit, but I do want to say that I had a dream. And in this dream, what happened was, in the beginning, I was sinning like crazy. Like, it was so much sin. I was like, I've never even done this stuff in real life. I was doing so much sin. It was crazy. And I used the term conning. I was conning people to make them think that I was older. And in this dream, I was 16. Now, in real life, I just turned 22. So in the dream, it was like years ago. And I was conning people, making them think that I was 18, so that way they could allow me to work for them, because I guess whatever work I wanted to do, you have to be 18. So I was conning them, and then the homeowners of the house that I was at, they came home, and I just knew how badly I was conning them, and I didn't care about them at all. Like, I was just conning them so badly, and there was just so many sins going on in that house. It wasn't even funny. Like, it was crazy, and I was just like standing by watching it all. Like, I didn't care. Sometimes I wanted to be a part of it, sometimes I just wanted to watch it. It was just crazy. And then I had left, and apparently in the dream I was living in a apartment, and I had left this house and went to the apartment, and it was my apartment. And when I was in the apartment, there was this figure that was there. Now, this figure had been there with me the entire time. It was I think it was like a male figure, and I believe it was definitely like a demon that was supposed to be like with me. And so I said to it, that's how I knew I was conning people, because I was telling it, like, I was bragging about how badly I was conning people. And then I was just like, you know what, I want to go home. And this demonic spirit didn't say anything. It was like they had no rights to say anything about me wanting to go home. And they were just sitting there, and I just knew they were upset about it. They did not want me to go home, but I was just like, I want to go home. And granted, I was at my apartment. In this dream, I had an apartment. But when I said home in the dream, I was talking about my mom's house. So I got up, and I was in a car already, and I just drove straight to my mom's house. And then I walked in through the garage. And so when I went in through the garage, I went, and I don't know if I was going to go to sleep or not, but I heard people in the garage, and I was just like, oh my goodness, did I accidentally leave the garage door open? And it was nighttime, so my mom, I didn't want to wake her up, so I was trying to be quiet. But I was just like, oh my goodness, there's people, they're stealing from us. And these people, I walked outside and I saw them, and it was a big family. It was a huge family, and they were just like, we can steal from you because you left the door open. You gave us rights. You left the door open. You gave us rights. And I was so upset about them stealing from me that I just stormed inside, and I didn't even close the garage door again. And then I think I went to go tell my mom about them. I was just like, hey, there's people in the backyard, they're stealing. That's when I woke her up. But then I heard people again stealing, and I had ran out there, and my mom, she was just walking, because she was very chill, she was very calm. And I walked out there, and I was just like, I walked out there and I saw these people. It was a different group of people, and they were saying the same thing. You gave us rights, you left the garage door open. I was like, oh my goodness, I left the garage door open again. It was the second time I had left the garage door open. And then I was just so angry, and I had remembered their license plate. I remembered the first family's license plate, and I was telling my mom, because at that point she was behind me, and these people were literally stealing from us in front of both of us. My mom's standing there, I'm standing there, they're stealing from us. And my mom was just like, you need to calm down. You need to calm down and trust in God. You need to trust in God and believe that God will help you. And I was just like, okay, like, I believe in God, I trust in him, and I trust that God will probably tell me to call the police. And if he tells me to call the police, then I have these license plates memorized, so I'll remember the license plate, and I'll send it to them then. And so then she was like, no, you need to just believe in God. Like, you just need to calm down and believe that he'll help you. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So, and I was still upset. I was just angry. I was so angry. That's how I was talking. I was like, whatever, I was just upset. I was so mad. And then I walked back inside. I think we left the garage door still open, or I left the garage door still open. And then my mom, she's constantly just telling me, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. You need to believe in God. You need to believe in God. And then I turned around and I stormed outside, and I just started praying. I started praying so hard. I was pleading the blood of Jesus and everything. I said, in the blood of Jesus, everything's going to come back now. In the blood of Jesus, and I plead the blood of Jesus. And I was just praying so hard, and I had a knowing in the dream and when I woke up, I had a knowing that was my anger. That was me repenting for my anger and me letting go of my anger, because that was why the doors were still open, because of my anger. So it was telling me like, I'm letting go of this anger, and I am letting God, I'm finally fully trusting in the Lord, fully trusting in God. And so then after I made that prayer, like, it was a long, hard prayer, and after I had made that prayer, I kid you not, seconds after I made the prayer, all of a sudden things started just appearing. People started coming back, dropping off our stuff, because at first I only saw 2 families, and then when people started bringing back our stuff, it was tons of different families. There was tons of different people who were just walking, people who were driving in cars like that had stolen from us, and it was tons and tons of stuff stolen from us. And then they literally brought everything right back. And not only did they bring back the stuff that they stole, they brought back more stuff. See, like, they had only stolen from the garage that I saw, but they were returning stuff. They were returning so many stuff that our front porch ended up getting packed. Like, it was so many different things, and it wasn't like they were just throwing things all over the place. They were literally piling it up, like, strategically, like it looked clean. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like, they're bringing back more stuff than we even had. And I'm like, what is all of this? And even in the dream, I was just like, well, maybe they're bringing back stuff because like, I'm sitting here trying my best to come up with like reasons for them to be doing this, right? And so that's when I was like, no, this is God. This is definitely God bringing back all of our things and more. And then all of a sudden, a car was there, a brand new car. Like, it was a brand new car. It looked like either a Mustang, Ferrari. It was one of those expensive brand new cars. And all of a sudden, my mom's car, which was in the garage, had ended up outside on the side of the garage. And I was just like, what just happened? Like, it was so crazy. And so it was a brand new car, and then another car appeared, and I had a knowing that other car was supposed to be my car. So that was the end of the dream. So I just want to explain really quickly, in the beginning, that sin that I was going through was definitely, I talked to my mom about it, and she told me that it meant what God saw in me. Like, I thought I was doing little white lie sins. Reality, God was looking at me as this, because in the dream I was watching it, and I was just appalled, like, what? Like, in real life, like, going over this dream again, I was just like, what? Are you serious right now? And so that's what that meant. And then obviously there's this demon that's been attached to me for all those years. So that was that. And then I guess, like, me making that decision on my own to go home, that demon no longer had rights over me. And then the other explanation would be the fact that I left the garage door open twice. Now, in real life, I used to come home through the garage door, so that was significant there. And then also, I came home twice in real life. A couple years back, the first time I came home, I brought somebody in the house with us, and that definitely opened up spiritual doors. I've had a dream about her before, and in the dream I was being shown that she's like pure evil. So obviously I had that after I brought her in the house. But, and I'll put a link to that in the description box of that dream. And it was the evil girl, not the girl that I went to go try and help. And you'll notice that if you watch that dream. But that's what happened the first time. And then the second time I came home, I remember the second time I came home, I was going through a very heartbreaking event that had happened to me. And I just wanted to come home because I was just hurting. And I just wanted to be around, you know, family, I guess. But I still wasn't really repentant of my sins. And then this was just showing that anger in me that I had been dealing with very, very badly. That last night I literally was praying so hard to God last night, and I was just like, I'm letting go of that anger. And this dream was just more confirmation, like, yes, that prayer worked. And I just pray that it does definitely work. It does happen that me and my mom do get new cars, because if you are following my mom, you know that she's had troubles with her cars like crazy. I haven't mentioned anything, but I've been having terrible car note issues. So definitely I pray that we do get brand new cars. That would be amazing. Like, seriously, it'd be so amazing. So I do want to say that, you know, guys, definitely put your trust in God, and remember that when it comes to anger, honestly, now that I think about it, I used to think that anger wasn't that big of a deal, but Jesus said that anger was just like murder. So murder is one of the commandments. So being angry at your brother, sister, mother, father, any of that, being angry at all to anybody, even if it's just a stranger, is definitely a big deal, guys. So let it go and trust in God. God bless you all. Have a nice one.